Felix, welcome to Best Ball Nation.
Yo, yo, yo. How we doing today? Man, it has been a journey, but weddings, all three of them are done. We've been on a bit of a hot streak in the DFS streets and betting streets, and I'm not trying to be one of these touts that's like, oh, look at me, blah, 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 look at my screenshots. But man, I've been on a heater. It's probably gonna all come back down to reality. I've learned that I should only be betting money lines, and playing DFS is a bit of a crapshoot. We almost sit down a $5 single entry. I know I'm not the guy making $50,000, $60,000, but I think I'm up like $4,000 in the last month, which is good for me. So we hit that 3 or 6 leg touchdown parlay with the boost. Was that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? The weekend of my birthday, and then we came out even on my birthday, and then this past weekend, the 2 weeks ago, we hit we went 14-1 in our money line picks, something along those lines. So like the parlay was really nice, and then last week we went like 10-4 or something along those lines. So not bad again. Then I was sweating that Kansas City Chiefs game though. I tell you what, that was a lot of pressure. And then who else? What else did we bet? We bet. We bet something else, and it's like, what the hell is happening? Yeah. Let's see here, and then it's just been a wild ride. And meanwhile, attending these weddings and watching the kids at the other, while my wife was gone at the other wedding, and I've been busy. I have been busy. It's been fun. It's just super busy. So, I hope you guys. And then Jamar Chase. I mean, not only did I have like over on everything Jamar Chase, I had the 210. Like I won another grand on that on Thursday. That was absolutely wild. Pretty much paid for our trip out to Illinois. But we hit all those things, which is nice. Jamar Chase going wild. Bumped my advance rates from 6%, 7% to a whopping 10% everywhere. Like across both sites, all 300, 600 plus drafts. I went from from like 11 to 16 underdog. I bumped 5 and 6, so it's 11 teams total on both sites, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. And it upscaled me to a lot of my third place teams, like right there. So I don't know if I want more of that or if I want some more Najee games. The thing is that Najee's gonna suck this week. He's also gonna suck week 16 or week 15 or whatever they play the Chiefs the Raiders again. I believe it's week 16. I'm not looking forward to it because I looked at all the Ravens games so far. They have not allowed a rusher to go over 60 yards. And the rusher that they did allow to get 60 yards was like, I'm like, okay, That's not Najee. Like that's not the type of Najee back that he is. So unless they just are just so focused on running the ball that they are just, I just don't see how they're going to run it on them. And I think this might be a couple Jalen Warren weeks, which may not be the worst thing, you know? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. We do have a best ball draft waiting for it to fill. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. I should just look at the entries. 10 of 12. 16 entry fee. Once it fills and it goes into the lobby, we will pull that up. Dennis, yo. Yeah, once that fills, we'll head into the draft. But until then, we'll be looking at our teams, our best teams and our worst teams. And then I will give a little synopsis on what I think the third place, the highest scoring teams are going to have to be at and accomplish, or like the point total that I think we're going to have to hit. But we'll do that in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and go to my teams while we still have a little bit of time. Not right click on the present, share screen. Don't know which one this is. Let's go ahead and see. 97 points, 1,200 points. Is this my lowest scoring points or is this the highest? Okay, this is the highest. Okay, so this beat out the powder team that was rolling everybody. So this team is now the highest scoring team that I am facing against in BBM. He has 1,678 points. He has Burrow, Chase Brown, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, Darnell Mooney, Wan'Dale Robinson, Travis Kelce, Ramondre Stevenson. Knicks, May. Oh, the draft has completed. Flowers, Devin Singletary, Hunter Henry, Nico Collins, Chris Godwin, Jonathan Brooks, Zach Charbonnet, Josh Reynolds, Kendrick Bourne, and Tim Patrick. This dude has a ton of people that were on bye this week, actually just one person on bye, the rest were just out, and still put up it looks like to be a massive point week in general. 189. That's nice. You know, the Burrow chase didn't get much better than that. Did not get much better than that. All right, share this tab instead. Draft board. We got ourselves the 9th pick, which means we're not getting Jamar, which is perfectly fine. Yo. Hey, yo. We still got 50 seconds. Go ahead and hit up this one. Let's see here. This is my highest scoring team at 1525. Has Renegades in here, one of the top players in the world. King Koopa, Mr. Jarvis, Mikey Moo, Mr. Michael Kayaya, Michael Kaya. Sadly unsubbed for my Patreon. So sad. It's got Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Kyrie Williams, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Jordan Addison, Mark Andrews, Najee Harris. That is a fun team. Fun. Running backs are great, right? Wide receivers are good. Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones. Quarterbacks are solid. Tight end's amazing. Gabe Davis, Ty Chandler. Ugh. Chris Godwin, both. Jared Judy, Zach Charbonnet, Noah Fant, Elijah Moore, Jalen McMillions, Jordan Whittington, and Ramal Keaton. Not great, right? Not great on the back end, but the starting roster is very good. Tight end is good. Quarterbacks are good. Wide receiver should be able to hold up enough with Chase, Neighbors, and Addison to make it to the playoffs. I don't know unless this exact starting roster goes off for 3 straight weeks. I don't know if this is going to be able to hold up without a big contributor coming from one of these positions, which only one injury. The rest are just like shit plays. He did get into the game last 2 weeks ago, so maybe there's a rising spot for him. Maybe. All right, now we're back into the draft. We're rolling here. You see me rolling, they hate it. Who had that tweet the other day? Is that Michael Rubin? Reeves. I don't know how to spell Reeves. Lord Reeves. Oh, I thought it was him. It wasn't him. Damn it. I looked at the wrong person. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Derrick Henry. Why not? Let's just roll it. Who else it could have been? Same guy, same. I don't really care for him, but I like him at the same time. Jiminy Crickets, Taylor Mathis. Whew. Boobies galore, dude. Chill out with those things. What is that kid's name? I think he's even older than me, but kid. What is that kid's name? My mother following. Is there a way I look at the stuff I've liked? Profile, likes. I like so much stuff. Might be just as hard. All right, so Jacksonville. No, we're looking at Baltimore. Baltimore. His future is they have a lot. Dolphins, Miami's running. Well, that was the. So running backs for Baltimore have it pretty tough going down the stretch. Not as bad as. What about wide receivers for Los Angeles? Los Angeles. But pretty tough too. What about you, Houston? Houston, what do you got? Futures 15. What about Miami? What you got for wide receivers? 20th. It's weird that yeah, I don't care how hard it is. Derrick Henry, Cooper Cup in this economy. If you give me CD Lamb, I'm gonna take CD. I'm gonna take Tyreek. I don't give two fucks. They're still healthy. Oh, Tyreek not so much. Who is the best? The Jets have the best, so Brees Hall would be a good pick. Put anybody like a share of Rashad White? Who else would look good? Jahmyr Gibbs would look good, or David Montgomery. Well, I think we do have a bit of a thing. We go over my next set of teams. See, I believe this is my highest scoring second place team. It is most of these will be Joe Burrow, Chase Brown teams, or Chase Brown and Jamar Chase teams. It is a Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Kyron, Chase, Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman, Malik Washington makes the squad with the Russian TD, Trey McBride, and Najee Harris, which probably means my wide receivers are pretty light, but having Jamar Chase has supplemented enough for it. CJ Stroud, Quentin Johnson, Jalen Hyatt, Jake Ferguson, Gabe Davis, Troy Franklin, Nico Collins, JSN, Zach Charbonnet, Kendre Miller, Javon Baker, Jalen McMillions. So JSN and Nico Collins, Nico obviously being hurt and JSN being on a bye, is a nice little thought process of like, okay, well now I have a 70-point lead and I got one of their buys out of the way. Like, that's not too bad. As long as we hold this lead going into next week, which is a big bye week for me next week. Which is a big bye week for my 1602, Dennis. Let's go. I think that guy had what, a 1640 something. So you're right up there, man. You're right up there. Or 1670. I can't remember. You're putting me in the dust, that's for sure. I don't even know what this is. Hit. I don't know. Oh, if we can get Breece Hall, that'd be nice. Give me all these guys. Give me all of them. What's KC's rating at? 16 for quarterbacks, 19 for wide receivers. Middle of the pack. Give me Breece. I don't mind advancing another team. Payout's probably like $60 for a second round, $30. Probably $30. You know, my mouth. Oh, he takes Breece Hall. We'll take Malik Neighbors. I don't know. Will I get him? I want Tyrone Tracy. Pick 57. It'll be right on ADP. We can try it and see if we get it or not. We're not get it here, obviously, but see if we can get it on the turn. Take whatever best pick falls to us here. Is he practicing yet? Play week 12. We have two good wide receivers. We probably could handle the thing, but at this pace, I like Josh Allen being here in the fourth. Still, don't worry about somebody subbing in for Josh Allen unless obviously there's an injury. And obviously, a bye week at 12. George Pickens, this looks like he's about to pop off. Tight ends, future tight ends. Who's got one? The Chargers. Where's Raiders at? One of the hardest ones. We're going to take Pickens here. A little mix of players. Players. All right, so now we're back on to the longest part of our turn here. Go share this tab instead. Did I share this one already? Yeah, I shared this one already. So go ahead and go to the next one. All right, so this is my highest scoring third place team or my highest non-catching team. As you can see, with a 0.3 from Carson Steele at my second RB position, I don't have a second RB. This was a 0 RB team drafted. It has Brock Purdy, Najee Harris, Carson Steele, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Malik Neighbors, George Kittle, Quentin Johnson, Kirko, Dalton Schultz, Jamo, Jalen Hyatt, Zay Flowers, Michael Wilson, Luke McCaffrey, Nico Collins, Dak Prescott, unfortunately, Zach Charbonnet, Kendrick Miller, and Marshawn Lloyd. So this is a one of those crazy zero slash late hero RB teams. Um, I'm not getting any luck so far. I've gotten some luck with having some Charbonnet games, but the injuries have hurt the other two. And Carson Steele fumbled his way out of his running back spot and probably won't get another workload until if the games are over. So it's got a shot, right? But not a great shot. It's going to have to keep getting these amazing games from these wide receivers, which I've got plenty, right? I don't know if I catch up, so I'm going to have to hope that I hit the optimal for third place teams. Lloyd is back at practice. Yeah, I saw that. Or I saw he came out the IR. So that is good news. That is good news. That still doesn't mean he gets to just automatically start accruing points. That he's now going to be behind that other guy. It's not Emmanuel Wilson. Like he's not half bad. So we'll see. We shall see. Let's see. Are we back? We're back almost second on the clock. Share this tab instead. All right, is Tracy still here? Tracy is still here. We're going to take Tracy first. I don't want to lose out on it. And that amazing New York Giants stack. We can get Najee. Is it the 7th round? Look at Najee in the 6th round. Look at him. I'm not drafting Najee. He's got one of the hardest schedules coming up. We are 100% going to take Tracy here. If Trey McBride, they are there, we're going to take them as Aussie afterwards. But Tracy's number one option for us currently. Come on, Tracy, do the locomotion. 6 picks. We literally like all these players. I'm not as high with Tony Pollard. I will take Najee if he makes us back to us in the 6th round here. I like all of my options here. What is San Francisco's projection? They have one of the second hardest schedule for quarterbacks. Who's got the second best? Tennessee is 4th. Tampa Bay is 2nd. What's the Jets? Jets have the 11th hardest schedule or easiest schedule for wide receivers. That's surprising. He's still here. Well, Carolina, running back wise. A Brock Bowers, Trey McBride team. Nice. Oh, Devontae Adams goes right in front of me. Guys, look. It's Najee in the 7th, but we are in the 6th. And I am the Najee guy. I have Najee right behind me. As always, my big guy. Well, why not, right? It seems like destiny. I tried not to draft him. I still try, still end up getting him. Yeah. We got a nice little double here, though. Giants double, Pirates, Pittsburgh Steelers. I ain't watching any baseball. We're not drafting enough guys with that don't have already used their buys, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What we got next? What do we got next? Share this tab instead. What do we got here? This is my lowest scoring team, I had to believe, based on where it is located. Let's see here. Jared Goff, CMC, Najee Harris, Cooper Cup, Jalen Waddle, JMO, Evan Ingram, Jatavian Sanders, Matthew Stafford, Davis Allen, Jalen Hyatt, Devin Singletary, OBJ, Gabe Davis, Antonio Gibson, Ray Davis, Cooper, Kirk, Lawrence, McMillions. Talk about underwhelming with really good players. Just surprised that it's so low. I think if CMC is healthy this whole year, honestly, I think we're right in the middle of the pack, maybe pushing, contention. If Cup stays healthy too, as well, I think those are much needed points for this team because OBJ hasn't been there. Like nobody here has really produced, and injured and hasn't really produced. It is what it is. I know I sorted this to be the lowest scoring. I don't know if this is the lowest scoring opponent. I think that's what this is supposed to be, which means this is the lowest score currently advancing. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, we're almost back on the clock. So we'll show this tab instead before we go to the team. Cleveland tight ends have it pretty easy going down the end here. Do we do another double? A double? Get Njoku, and if Chubb falls, get him. No, they don't have an easy schedule. No, that would be funny though. Denver. No. Indy. No. If we do take Njoku here. I don't know how the quarterbacks have. I don't know how Jacksonville's quarterbacks have an easier path when both the Jacksonville wide receivers have the hardest and the Jacksonville tight ends have the hardest. Don't quite understand that one. Take Sam Laporta, be done the tight end. Sam Laporta, welcome to the squad. Both have passed their buys. Oh, yeah, we're going back to this because I don't have a pick for a hot minute. So, the lowest scoring advancing team that I can find is Tua Tags, Tyrone Tracy, Alvin Kamara, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, TJ Hawkinson, Jatavian Sanders, Ramondre. I mean, it's a good team. Gets into the playoffs, like a lot of low-owned type players. So you're not getting the chalk type players there. Garner's going to be back starting. That's a fun team. I mean, I'm not a huge Marvin Harrison guy, but when you get Harrison, Wilson, and Neighbors, it's exciting. It's an exciting team. I didn't make it into the chat for I didn't make it into the chat for the Spike Week discussion. Dude, I'm distracted as hell. Why is Taylor Mathis all over my fucking timeline? If you guys can, I don't know, can you guys look at my likes? This is like the top thing I liked, or the last thing I liked. Let's see your Twitter. I go to my profile. Go to my likes. Your likes are private. Only you can see them. If you guys look up T Math Sports, she's a fucking corset looking lingerie set. Jesus Christ. Very distracting. Very distracting. I'm only a simple man. Only a simple man. While we do that, I'm going to make sure I have my top score pulled up for PBMDB. All right, let's see what we have here coming up. We had 3 picks. We have Jared Goof coming up. I was like, why did that even pop up? That's on my likes. Detroit. Detroit's got one of the harder schedules coming up. That's okay. It's gone anyways. Stafford. I don't want that. What about Seattle? Why does everybody I look at it looks like they have a hard schedule? Looks like there's a lot of running backs. I think take a shot on Addison in the 9th round. Was 10K to first? I wouldn't mind a little 10K hit at the end of the season. All right, we're going to go with the running back next. When did Baker Mayfield win? He won in the 80s? Okay. We still got Russ out here. You know, Eckler putting in the work. Going to be a part of the offense no matter what. We still have, let's see here, viable quarterbacks. Just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Let's stop there. Who knows? Well, A-Rich is back in there. That's kind of a sneaky play. share this tab instead. So this is my highest scoring team in BBM5. T-Law, or Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, carried mainly by Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Chase Brown, J.K. Dobbins, Will Shipley, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Hollywood Brown, unfortunately, DeAndre Hopkins, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Hyatt, Mark Andrews, Hunter Henry. Tight end room has been solid. Wide receiver room, top two are great, and we're finally getting some production out of everybody else. Running back wise, top tier running backs, other than Shipley, obviously, yet. If something happens to Barkley, Shipley will get a lot of work, but I still don't think he'll crack this running back room, even if he does. LJ, T-Law, and Stafford are a good trio, even though it has been all Lamar so far. On the clock at 8 picks. Go ahead and pull up my my lowest advancing team. When was that team first team drafted? 8-12. This one was drafted 7-23. Did I get anything from Miami? I did not. Just because I want to make sure I get my next few picks. These are the three quarterbacks that I want. Darnold to go with Addison, Richardson to go against the game in week 17 with the Giants and Tracy, and then Winston. If we don't get Winston, my feelings won't be hurt, but I do want to get him as well. But I want A-Rich more. Man, oh man. Let's see here. Caleb Williams. I think Chicago had a decent. No, they have a hard one. Who's got the quarterbacks with the easiest schedule? The Giants, Bucks, Titans. Who's number 3? Denver, of course. Carolina, Houston, and Philly. Oh, someone took James Winston from me. Hella early, too. Well, fuck you. I'm going to grab Anthony Richardson. I ain't playing around with us. Okay, so this is my lowest advancing team. It's got Kyler Murray, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift. It's got like a 3-point lead. You can see it here on the right side. Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Javonte, Chase Brown, Ray Davis. All the running back points have been used. And wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Nico, DK Metcalf, Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson, Michael Wilson, Roman Wilson, Devontae Walker, Jalen Hyatt, Trey McBride, Luke Musgrave. This team is skating by barely because Roman Wilson is not playing this. Probably, if he does, it's going to be like playoff season. And who knows? We'll see. Calvin Austin has to probably be hurt. Devontae Walker, not going to play this year. Jalen Hyatt has to put up points, and Jahan Dotson had to put up points last week because DK was out. Nico was out. Well, DK was on bye. Christian Watson was on bye. So, okay. We used their points. Trey McBride, stud. Luke Musgrave, god awful. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. All right. So since we have a little extra time, we'll go to the lowest team, and then we'll go to end on a high note with our teams. We got T-Law, Stafford, Gino. Okay. CMC. All right, that makes sense. Najee Harris makes no sense. He's on the lowest scoring team. Samir White. That makes sense. Brian Robinson Jr. injured half the year. It feels like. Cooper Kupp injured. TK Metcalf was injured. Hollywood Brown was injured. Lad McConkey, slow start. Gabe Davis, trash. Jermaine Burton, knucklehead. Thielen, injured. Devontae Walker, trash. Parker Washington, trash. Trey McBride, awesome. Kobe Parkinson, Did you draft any craft? No, I drafted zero craft. The only time I saw Kraft drafted was when you took him. So that's the only time I ever saw him get drafted. Was that a mistake? Yes, technically. But was I going to draft Kraft? No, I probably wasn't going to draft him. It was a flaw. I was making a bet, 50-50 coin in my head, and I thought Musgrave with the better receiving chops would be more involved. Clearly, I was wrong. So, with having the double of New York, we will go with the Giants quarterback here first. Daniel Jones, welcome to the squad. Flex. Alec Pierce look good on the squad. What is it? He's passing 21. I've seen worse. Did you? I'm at 24% since I see what I'm drafted. Yeah. That's how I am with Hyatt. Another big bust by your boy. Look, I definitely got some L's in my record this year. Definitely had L's last couple of years. At least I am not trying to tell you that I didn't. I definitely took L's this year. I've definitely done better than I have in previous years, but definitely have some L's in the old workbook. Share this tab instead. We're gonna look at my highest non-advancing team on here. So 88,000th place is Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Bijan, Najee, DeAndre Swift, Audric Estime. So 4 running back room, 3 quarterbacks, and another Luke Musgrave team. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Stephon Diggs, Zay Flowers, Khalil Shakir, A.D. Mitchell, Rashad Bateman, Jermaine Burton, Jalen Hyatt, Parker Washington. This is actually a solid team. Obviously, Diggs being out kind of sucks, but that's just one player. I think this team can handle a one player outage. Strong running game, strong quarterback game, strong wide receiver game, and an okay tight end. I'm also 24 IU, 21 Rice. Dude, I hear you on Diggs. I'm right there with you on Diggs. I'm right there with you on Diggs. Let's see here. Well, if I can go to my profile, I'll go look at these lights again. So we'll go ahead and bypass the boobs, share this tab instead. I bypass the boobs. Elon Musk, first day in office, and it's like him firing everybody. It's kind of funny. So the highest scoring third place team will get in to make up for it. It's actually, I wrote back and I said, no, it's actually just the highest scoring team. But if you have the highest, like fourth scoring to or fifth, if it's not high enough, it'll get in. But most likely it'll probably be a third place team just because those are usually the higher of the scoring teams. Yeah, there was a question on this guy having a bunch of drafts with Money Train, and he had 83 drafts done with this grimy Chris kid. If he did slow, I don't know if he's a slow drafter or not. If he is a slow drafter, that's very easily potentially why he's in so many drafts with this guy. That was a pretty funny comment, and during the Mayo Media stream, Sven's comment here is a little off because he's got the Panthers twice. Obviously, one of them is supposed to be the Patriots. This is kind of funny. Whenever I open a bag of chips, I picture RFK giving me this look. I put down the bag of chips and grab myself a carrot. What we got here? What we got? Shit, I'm on the clock. Finally gonna make a decision. Devin Singletary double down on the running backs for New York. And go straight wide receiver from here. I like Michael Wilson's. Oh, never mind. Calvin Austin's looks fast. Gabe Davis being 190 is kind of still insane. Booty's a number one wide receiver. Still got love for your boy. Godwin's expected to miss the remainder of this. Okay, so if they make a deep playoff push, I was like, why is he not IR'd for the rest of the year? So there's some potential he goes back at the not end of the season, but end of the season. Terrace Marshall Jr. is in part of the Raiders practice squad. I didn't know that. Just said. Avoided major injury. Thought that was funny. Won't repeat it. When Sofa's playing fantasy football for the first time in a tremendous lucky streak and giving you advice, I thought that was funny. I didn't know Chris Moody was leaving his job at FTN. I don't know what he's doing, but good for him. LeBron James is so old that he was in a prime era of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was kind of nuts. Let me go back on the other page. Make sure I don't miss anything. Rubbing 6 picks. We got plenty of time. Chill for keeping herself on in 2020. Won a Senate seat at Texas, or won a seat in the Texas State House. It's pretty cool. You know, like a lot of political stuff. Today I learned that Jordy Nelson is an NFL hearing officer. Yeah, I don't know if I've been curious if that's the Jordy Nelson. Like, I can't imagine it's anybody else, but I thought that was funny. Close to believing the bottom of advanced playoff rounds. Yeah, Jerry Fish is killing this out here. I don't know him personally. You are reading my mind, Dennis. I think it'll be 2,000 points, averaging 150 points a week. And if it's not that, I think it's going to be averaging like in that range, 2,000 to 2,050. Or no, I think I even projected it a little bit more than that. I think I projected it for 2,100. 150 times 14. Yeah, I projected it for 2,100 points. Based on the amount of let's see, go back to my profile. Based on what I was seeing throughout this, it's like, okay, so good friend of mine will. So 140, 145, 165, and then I was seeing a lot of 1470s, 1570. This guy didn't read the thing correctly. He had a 1499, 1489, 1493, 1429, 1465, 1472. A lot of low 1400s. I think those might be the people that don't get it. 76, 87, 80, okay, 1487. I have a feeling it's going to be back on the clock. Take Jalen Hyatt. I think it'll be 2,100 points. I think it'll be between 2,100 and 2,150. I think that somewhere in that range, it'll be the cutoff line. Somewhere in that range. I think. I could be wrong. Obviously, it could fluctuate if we have like a lower scoring averages, but if I was to guess, if you get to 2,100, you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be safe if you hit 2,100. If you don't hit 2,100, you could be looking on the outside end. You might be able to sneak a couple through, but you're gonna have to be close to 2,100. I think the very, very bottom of 2,000 to early to early, yeah, the very top of 2,000s, the very bottom 2,100 might get those people in. So once you get to 2,000, you're gonna like, okay, we're almost there. We might get in. If we don't, if we don't, we're gonna have to hope we get lucky, kind of thing. Isn't Diggs out for the whole year? Yeah. Diggs is never going to be drafted by me again. I drafted him. I did draft him all last year. He kind of killed me a little bit. Not too bad, but like he wasn't the worst pick that like I faded. But So I drafted him this year some. To be 2 years before I think he's any good, and by then he's a wide receiver 3 on that team. Who knows where he would go? I think his career is over there. Scared both of his targets. Look at him. He even saw the field this year. He's inactive. I don't know what's wrong with him. Look, he's going to go to the 49ers and explode. That's what his career path is. Ooh. Where is Jalen? I just saw his name. He said he keeps popping up in mine. You're excited to get back on the AJ Dillon train? I don't know, man. I was actually off it this year because he, you know. Then again, the President Trump liked them. It depends. Because did he resign or did he go somewhere? Like, or did he get a contract? Or sorry, let me rephrase. I know that he was available to go somewhere this year, but did he resign for a big long time deal or was it a? I don't remember anything about it. AJ Dillon was a free agent. AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon contract. Signed in 1 year, $2 million, 7-degree deal. Cool. Cool. He's trash. He was put on our prior to the season. I remember all that. But I didn't know if he had an out or anything. I could see him, going somewhere. I could see him in the Chargers, another guy with another injury that the Chargers love. Just needs the right coach, man. Just needs the right coach to believe in him. Alrighty. That concludes this team. We ended up with Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp, Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Tyrone Tracy, Najee Harris, David Njoku, Sammy Laporta, Jordan Addison, Austin Eckler, Sam Darnold, A. Rich, Daniel Jones, Alec Pierce, Devin Singletary, Calvin Austin, Gabe Davis, Jalen Hyatt, Parker Washington, and Jalen Reagor. Seems like a fun team to me. And yeah, seems solid. I think I'm right there at the top of the pack as long as my quarterbacks can hold up and hold jobs. They can hold their jobs and hold up. I think you guys are also a decent team here. I think we got it, boys. I think we got it. Let's double check the Twitter. Didn't get anything from anybody else. I do think that the total that we need to hit for third place teams or your highest scoring teams to get in is going to be the 2100 mark. I think that is going to be like a for certain kind of thing. If you get 2158, that is my projected cut line. But it could be softer than that. But my projected cut line is going to be 2158. There are only 18,000 spots, and it sounds like a lot of spots. It's going to be a lot of spots for like one or two teams, I think, based on, or at least it is for me. I don't have a lot of third, like highest scoring teams that aren't getting in, so I think I might get one, maybe two in. So though they do see that there's 18,000 spots available, you do know that there's going to be teams that don't get in. But if you get to the 2100 mark, I think you're in. 2158 is my projected cut line. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet. All right, gentlemen. It has been fun. It has been real. It has been real fun. See you guys next week. Or see you on Saturday.